Just before Carnival 2018, you might remember seeing Ministry of Works employees decked in uniforms, carefully patching potholes in and out of the capital. Even then, skepticism loomed on how long the drive would last and whether the ministry had support in its cause. According to the Works Ministry's acting head of highways, it was a joint effort throughout.
We were able to get all the agencies responsible for road together in one area. So we had consultation with WASA, we work with the city of Port of Spain, and we work with the various corporations. And we got them involved in this pothole patching drive. Coming out of that, what I noticed is that WASA internally have improved the way in which they respond to roadworks. And why I could say that is because we have a MEN program. We do have a MEN program where we encourage people to call in, right, and lodge complaints about potholes. And the amount of calls we're getting that are WASA related is less, right? So clearly WASA is doing something, and WASA is making effort to restore their roads.
The Ministry of Works on its own isn't responsible for all the roads throughout Trinidad and Tobago. Regional corporations and other entities share the responsibility too.
From a national basis, the Ministry of Works is responsible for 2,200 kilometers of road. Local government is about 8,000, and then we have Ministry of Agriculture. So in total is 10,000 kilometers of roads. The drive that we started in that would have been December, right, was quite successful in the sense that we had 16 patching gangs out there patching all the roads within the Ministry of Works. We were able to patch about 50% of our road network.
Between December 2018 to now, the ministry says they've been able to fill about 4,000 holes. With that number reflecting 50%, it means there's a lot more to come. The ministry says with such a vast network before it, they've also tried to work on ways to ensure they get value for money every step of the way.
Now, key to this is that all the mix that we use in this drive came from the Ministry of Works' own Agua Santa plant, right, which is the plant that we own and operate. Basically, our production, the cost of asphalt at our plant was about $600 per ton. If we have to purchase it outside, we pay between $700 to $800. Patching requires a small amount of mix, right? And if we want 5 ton of mix or 10 ton of mix, we will start up our plant and produce the 10 ton of mix, right, to carry out the patching. The problem you have out there is most of the contractors, they're willing to supply the ministry with asphalt to carry out patching work, but they will say that they want to get a minimum of about 40 tons or 50 tons of mix. So apart from we do save money, it gives us the flexibility to improve productivity and to respond to emergencies.
The ministry has so far spent about $11 million, but it'll take a total of $24.5 million to complete what they've started. Now, the country has begged the question for years. If we have a pitch lake in La Brea and the company Lake Asphalt behind it, why don't we use what's available to us there? If it's good for the world's longest bridge and Buckingham Palace, why isn't it good for us? What's found in La Brea is actually just an adhesive, and it's not something that we traditionally use in Trinidad. What's really needed to pave these roads and pave them well is this material beside me. It's a black, rocky sort of material that is used to hold the road together, and then an adhesive is put over it to keep the entire thing in place. So that conversation on whether La Brea is pitch, why don't we use it here? It's because it doesn't really work for what we needed to do.
The pitch lake is just a area where you have sand deposits and a lot of oil, and you create this thing called pitch. What is the composition of asphalt that we use to patch road? It is basically bitumen, which is a byproduct of oil. So they extract everything, and the bitumen is what we use. We blend it with other things, and we use that together with aggregates like sharp sand and gravel in a plant, in a facility, and we produce asphalt. long time ago, before your time and my time, they used to mine the pitch in those local roads, and they used to put it in the road and pulverize it manually and put it over the road to create a seal surface there. There was a lot of pitch road long time, roads that was built with pitch.
The Ministry of Works and Transport aren't the only ones paying attention to the abuse we face on the nation's roads. Last week, Minister of Finance Colm Imbert also admitted that he's aware of what commuters go through every day and even promised to do something about it.
We also are aware, ladies and gentlemen, of potholes all over the place. We know about potholes, we know about bad roads. Again, we have been fighting for the last 3 years, but we have turned it around. So now it's time to get things done. So you will see a significant road paving program starting up in 2019 and going forward into 2020.
It might be a campaign promise left to be seen. It's also not entirely clear if the Development Bank of Latin America's $200 million loan will be used for these projects, but one way or another, we'll have to wait and see if those responsible will ever cover the nation's black holes. Nika Personal, TV6 News.